Hi everyone, welcome to Alternavita. Thank you for stopping by and thank you for your time. Welcome to the Sunday edition of Alternavita. I tried to film this last night and the light is so horrible in here at night. I have to do this on Sunday morning. So you're getting the natural version of me. And I hope that's agreeable until I come up with a better solution for this. But we're on the third chapter in Immune for Life, brief synopsis chapters, and this is to help me introduce the ebook, which will be coming soon. I'm promised it will be coming soon. So this week's post is on Kefir, the metabolic miracle, also known as the champagne of milk. So what is Kefir? Kefir is a mildly acidic fermented beverage with high probiotic activity produced by the addition of lactic acid bacteria and yeasts to milk. The composition of kefir varies according to factors such as milk type, the microbiological composition of cultures, and whether they be kefir grain or commercial starter culture. The microorganisms in kefir produce vitamins, degrade protein, hydrolyze lactose, resulting in a highly nutritious and digestible functional food. So why is kefir different than yogurt? Kefir grains have a complex composition of microbial species with the predominance of lactic acid bacteria. It also includes acidic bacteria, yeasts, and yeasts. Kefir has well-demonstrated antimicrobial, immunological, anti-tumoral, anti-high cholesterol, cholesterol lowering, anti-hypertensive, and anti-diabetic effects, as well as the ability to modulate the microbiome. And it also has beta-galactosidase activity, which is an enzyme necessary to convert GC globulin to macrophage activating factors during fermentation. And this enzyme activity stays active even after kefir is consumed. Kefir grain formations have been evaluated and a wide variety of bioactive compounds have been observed, such as organic acids, bioactive peptides, exopolysaccharides, and bacteriocins. These compounds act independently and together to produce numerous and various health benefits. The microbiological and chemical composition of kefir indicates that it's a very complex probiotic with lactobacillus species generally predominant. Kefiran is one of these bioactive compounds, and it favors the activity of peritoneal macrophages. It also increases peritoneal IgA, along with many other benefits, including significant anti-inflammatory benefits. IgA deficiency is the most common immune deficiency. It's increasingly more common, and it's associated with a high risk for SIBO and IBD. The microorganisms in kefir grains produce lactic acid, antibiotics, and bactericides, which inhibit the development of pathogens. Some of these you're going to recognize as highly associated with SIBO. Salmonella, Helicobacteria, Shigella, Staph, E. coli. E. coli is the one, and Shigella, I believe, is the other one. Numerous Enterobacter, Listeria, Streptococcus P, Streptococcus F, Candida, and many others. Kefir also inhibits spore formation of aflatoxin produced by Aspergillus, a toxic mold compound. The self-free fraction of kefir, or lactic acid bacteria, isolated from kefir, has been demonstrated to be anti-tumoral against gastric, colon, breast, lymphatic, and lung cancer. Lactic acid bacteria are critical for detox and energy creation, as well as having well-demonstrated anti-inflammatory properties. Probiotic intervention is useful for treatments and conditions that are known to rapidly decrease mucosal glutathione levels, like radiation and or H. pylori infection. So some more kefir benefits regarding nutrition. Kefir microorganisms produce many vitamins. Yeasts in kefir provide essential growth nutrients, such as amino acids, vitamins, and kefir favorably alters pH. The essential amino acid contents in kefir are valine, isoleucine, methionine, lysine, threonine, phenylalanine, and tryptophan. Tryptophan, one of the most important amino acids in kefir, is of key importance in the nervous system. Kefir contains complete proteins that are partially digested, facilitating digestion by the body. Phosphorus is the second most abundant mineral in the human body. This aids in the utilization of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins for cell growth, maintenance, and energy. It's abundant in kefir. Fermented milk products lead to a significant increase of butyrate, propionate, and total short-chain fatty acids in the ascending, transverse, and descending colon. Butyrate was this short-chain fatty acid with the largest increase. I'm sure if you are aware of anything about gut health, you know the importance of butyrate. 1 cup of low-fat kefir provides 7 to 14 grams of protein and only about 140 calories. Kefir is beneficial to people who are trying to lose weight, and the benefits of kefir are numerous, including nutritional, antibacterial, immunological, anti-tumoral, anti-carcinogenic, anti-diabetic, cholesterol lowering, and the ever-important beta-galactosidase enzyme activity for autophagy. So, did you know that some friendly yeasts found in kefir are capable of utilizing a variety of sugars? And this is one of the reasons kefir is so effective at helping to correct metabolic syndrome. You can also use kefir to help break down the fructose in fruit. So, if you're worried about fructose, you can add your fruit to some kefir, put it in the fridge for about 6 hours, and it will help break down the fructose. Lactic acid bacteria, and I can't remember, I do have in the book, I believe, by how much concentration that helps lower fructose content in fruit. But it's definitely effective in doing that. Lactic acid bacteria in bifido and kefir are natural health-promoting dairy foods. The lactic acid bacteria in bifido provide an effective way to increase vitamin levels in milk. Folate deficiency is linked to neural tube defects, some cancers, poor cognitive performance, and heart disease. Instead of synthetic folate, foods can be naturally fortified with folate, synthesized by lactic acid and bifidobacteria. Vitamin B12 deficiency is common, particularly in vegetarians. Animals, plants, and fungi cannot produce B12. It is exclusively produced by microorganisms. Biotin deficiency is B7, can be caused by poor diet or genetic disorders that affect its metabolism. Biotin can be made by some lactic acid bacteria in dairy products. A healthy microbiome is necessary for mental health. One of the another important feature of microorganisms helping to produce neurotransmitters is the neurotransmitter GABA, GABA-aminobutyric acid, the main inhibitory neurotransmitter of the central nervous system. Important functions of GABA are neurotransmission, induction of hypertension, diuretic effects, anti-diabetic, relaxing, and tranquilizer effects. Most GABA-producing strains are lactobacilli, lactic acid bacteria. So some of these are found in kefir, which is the predominant microorganism species in kefir, the lactic acid bacteria. So, okay, those are just some of the benefits of kefir, and there are many more found in the book. And that's just a very brief overview of some of the benefits you'll find in kefir. And the studies, some of the studies are very new, and they relate to autoimmune, specifically MS, and how kefir can help influence the balance of T cells. So that's just another one in there. And some of the, what's the word? Top research and beneficial research that you'll find. I usually try to look for human studies on sick people, and I always made sure that these sources were confirmed not once, not twice, but 3 or more times. And if they were available, which usually they are, or I didn't include it in my book, they were performed on sick people, usually people with autoimmune conditions, because conditions like lupus and RA are one of the most, Parkinson's are some of the most commonly used for clinical trials. So those are the types of conditions I looked for, and those are the types of That's the type of research you're going to find in my book, not animal studies, not hypotheses, but actually proven, clinically proven results. So that's what makes my book trustworthy and my information trustworthy, and why I rarely stray from this particular subject, because it covers everything that the immune system covers pretty much, and it even helps prevent some of the things that predated what I term the biological tsunami of not breastfeeding. So it's also acts as preventative for things like heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. Those are conditions that preceded this worldwide biological tsunami event, and they're continuing to wreak havoc in our health. But as shown in my book, I also cover these conditions and how this natural immune therapy helps as a preventative and a corrective in these conditions as well. So, okay, everyone, I'll see you next time. Whether it will be Saturday or Sunday, I don't know, but thank you for your time, and thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. This information will never be obsolete, and it will continue to help people of all ages. Thank you so much for your help in that regard. See you next time. Bye. Hello, it's me again. One more thing I forgot to add, um, that I noted this week in a video where someone, I believe he was a PhD biology student, maybe professor, I can't remember, but he actually admitted that supplements work about as well as most supplements work about as well as most drugs, meaning they don't work. So, one of the key features you're going to find on Alternavita is that I promote the natural biosynthesis of foods and supplements that are food like. And this is why I can have confidence that they work. And that was an admission initially brought about by Dr. Robert Lustig that pharmaceutical drugs do not work. And if and when they do work, it is I'm including supplements now. If and when they do work, it is most likely because they are composed primarily of food. And you cannot, that's the type of biosynthesis that can't be replicated because it's something that your own biology participates in, and you can't replicate that in a lab. So that's just one more reason why I don't generally change subjects, and I only promote supplements that are food-like, and I only promote the ability to understand how certain functional foods can work together, including functional foods called herbs and plants that, when you know the best combinations to put them in, you can create a unique biosynthesis, and that's what medicine should actually be, because that's the natural biosynthetic process of that does require some intelligence, but that's the only one worth promoting, put it that way, because that's the only one that works. And that I was surprised to see that admission, because one of the reasons Alterna Vita is Alterna Vita is I don't go on either side. I promote the reasonable, rational conclusion of both sides, which is eventually both sides are going to have to recognize what works and what doesn't. And that's why Alterna Vita is Alterna Vita, and that's why it's called Alterna Vita. I present the alternative to both sides, and that is the biosynthesis of functional foods and functional food combinations that actually produce a greater benefit than could be found in it's the benefit of the sum of the parts. So that's something I wanted to add that makes me different from everyone else. Okay, I'll see you next time, everyone. Thanks again. Bye.